SeatGeek is the easiest way to find the best deals on tickets to pretty much any live event. Concerts, sports, theater, comedy, whatever you want. Download the SeatGeek app today and enter promo code SEATS to save $20 on your first purchase.
Hey everybody, it's Therese Paylor, Chiefs beat writer with the Kansas City Star. We got another edition of Chiefs Game Plan. Okay, on Sunday, the regular season finale, we've got the Chiefs at 9-6, headed up to the Rocky Mountains, Mile High, face the Denver Broncos at 5-10. Should be intriguing because we're going to get a first regular season look at rookie quarterback Patrick Mahomes in the Lee Steinberg Bowl. He's represented by the super agent Lee Steinberg, just like the Broncos' projected starter, Paxton Lynch. So should be fun. And to preview that game, we've got Nikki Javala from the Denver Post, a favorite of ours here. She was great, gave us some insight into what Jamal Charles was talking about during his rant, trying to get out of Denver. Whether those guys on defense are still playing hard because the offense is so bad. And just all kinds of stuff about the Broncos. And then we got an hour-long 8-team roundtable where we talk about kinds of scenarios we'd expect from Patrick Mahomes. And then we answer all your questions on everything from players we project to play this weekend versus things to watch and all kinds of stuff. So we think you'll enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Here's my interview with Nikki Javala, Broncos beat writer with the Denver Post. Here we go. Okay, I am pleased to welcome once again, you guys will remember from earlier in the year, my friend Nikki Javala of the Denver Post. Nikki, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Ready to dive into a little Chiefs-Broncos talk. I think your season will be coming to an end shortly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Not necessarily the worst thing in the world for beat writers, having a free January.
I don't know if the Broncos offseason is going to be free this year, but we'll see.
That's true. My man Vance Joseph, people talking, but I don't know if that's the right thing. I don't know if that's fair.
Yeah, they've undergone a number of changes already. I'd honestly be surprised if he were to be let go.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, got to give him more than a year, I think. But, one guy I do want to talk about is Jamal Charles because he kind of just unleashed to the media there. He's very unhappy. Just from your point of view, how surprising was it to hear him kind of unleash and, where you think that was coming from?
A little surprising only because of who he's always been supportive of his teammates and, has said all along he understands his role here. And, he still is supportive of his teammates and wants to continue to work hard here. But he clearly is frustrated with how things have panned out here. I think he expected a much bigger role. He didn't come in here expecting to be the starter, but he did come in thinking he was going to be able to share the carries, much like, as he said, the Patriots and other organizations have done when they have multiple backs on the team. So I think he is a little miffed. I mean, in the last two games, he was active. He didn't get a single carry. Then he was bumped down on the inactive list this past game, and figures to be inactive again against the Chiefs as they try to get more younger players involved. So, it was a little surprising just hearing him saying that, but, this is a guy that still thinks he can carry a load for the team, and he wants another opportunity. So we'll see what happens. I don't anticipate the Broncos releasing him. Vance Joseph said they haven't even considered it, but you never know after that.
I got you. What's up with the quarterback situation? Who do you think the Chiefs will see on Sunday?
Great question. Well, they're on to all three quarterbacks have gone through the cycle of being the starter, the backup, the inactive guy twice now.
Oh, my God.
So this is the fifth quarterback change of the season, which, imagine how the receivers are feeling after all this. It's been a roller coaster. So, the plan these last couple of weeks has been to get Paxton Lynch on the field. They didn't feel he was ready last week. He was recovering from an ankle sprain. But this week is, it's a big game for him. Not that his future necessarily is decided by a single game, but he's had so few opportunities on the field that he's really got to show something to instill a bit of confidence in what he has and what he can bring. I would imagine the Broncos are going to undergo a total shakeup at quarterback during the offseason. I think that message was pretty clear when you saw John Elway and Matt Russell on the sidelines of the Potato Bowl. I think that's a pretty clear message that, maybe you're on notice as a quarterback. So, it's Paxton Lynch time this weekend. And I guess it's turning out to be the Lee Steinberg Bowl with Patrick Mahomes starting for the Chiefs. So it'll be interesting, but, the kid's running out of chances really to kind of show what he can do, if he's a potential starter, if he's a viable backup, or, the Broncos need to cut ties entirely.
What's the kid's problem?
I think this year it's just he hasn't had much time. He suffered a shoulder injury in preseason. That knocked him out for the first 10 weeks of the season. Then he kind of worked his way back, and he had an ankle sprain in his first and only start. So he was gone after 3/4 of that loss at Oakland. So this year it just hasn't been much time, but I think kind of looking at the tiers as a whole, I think he just hasn't really grasped everything that it takes to be a true pro. Granted, he has undergone a number of coaching changes, a number of coordinator changes, a number of scheme changes, but, I think there's so much that goes into being a true starting quarterback. I'm not sure he's really, put all of that together yet. I mean, he obviously has the athleticism, but is he the right mental fit for this job? I'm not so sure. I haven't seen anything that showed me that.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Just give me a quick breakdown of the offense before we shift to the defenses. When teams have been able to get after these guys on offense, what have they done?
They've had a balanced attack. I mean, they've won all their games, all 5 games, when they've run the ball more than they've passed the ball. They don't have the quarterback that can throw 40, 50 times a game, which is what they did in some of their losses. Their offense was just so skewed because they were playing from behind. So this group is efficient when they can commit to the run game, and they can commit to the run game when they're not trailing by 2 or 3 touchdowns. So that'll be key for them is, just getting a score early, getting off on the right foot, because so many times when they have a mistake, they don't respond, and then it just creates this vicious cycle, and they don't respond well. So they got to get going early. They got to get the run game established and kind of have that support network around their quarterback. So if they let it spiral out of control after the first or second quarter, that's usually been the end of it for them this season.
I see. Okay. Defensively, I can't imagine some of these guys are handling this that well. Very competitive football players over there. Just, I'm talking about Talib, Chris Harris, Vaughn. How are they playing through this?
They're not happy, that's for sure. I think Chris Harris has probably been the most vocal of the bunch. He came into the season thinking his numbers were going to skyrocket. They kind of tweaked the system, and they believe they were going to play more zone than man, and that would allow them to get more picks. But his numbers have dwindled, and in fact, his targets have just plummeted because opposing teams have used their running backs and tight ends, much like the Chiefs did the last time they met, and kind of wreaking havoc up the middle. So they'd kind of avoided Talib and Harris on the outside. They're frustrated. I mean, statistically, the defense is still 1, 2, and 3, or 2, 3, and 4, I think.
Yeah.
And total yards, rushing and passing. But they've had these really critical breakdowns and key moments where they'll let up these big passing plays or these critical touchdowns, and there's just been some miscommunication errors back there, which is very unlike this group from what we've seen in years past. So I think they're all kind of frustrated, and I think it shows out there. They're just not all on the same page. They're not all in agreement on what's going on. And I think it's kind of it's kind of a sum of everything that's happened, just frustration and maybe a bit of resentment. It's just been a long and hard season for that group, but the one guy, Von Miller, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit, only because he's had a heck of a season. I mean, some would say it's been his best season. I know everybody looks at sacks as kind of the barometer for pass rushers, but he's dealt with so many double teams and chips, and he's still creating an impact on the game. But I'm a little worried he may get overlooked in voting and everything again this year just because of the Broncos' record. So he still had a good year, but I think the team as a whole is pretty annoyed and frustrated by everything that's happened.
You get any sense that all these guys are going to come to play on Sunday?
I think they're all pretty hungry. I mean, that's just kind of the group they are. They're not ones to just kind of let it, let's just coast to the end. Mm-hmm. I think to some degree you kind of wonder, just the communication. Are they all on the same page? Because that's really been the issue these last few weeks, and you can see it back there. But in terms of motivation to kind of finish it out, I think the defense especially, the offense too, because a lot of those guys have personal milestones they're trying to reach. I think they're all pretty hungry. I think at the same time, they're pretty eager for this season to end too. So it's been that kind of year here.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Can you make a prediction for me before I let you go?
Oh boy. That's hard. I've never seen Patrick Mahomes in a game. All right, I'm so bad at this anyway. What the heck? No. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say 2010 Chiefs. I'm just not fully convinced the Broncos offense can pull this one out, even at home. Okay. Even if the Chiefs are playing their backups, I'm just not convinced.
I got you. Okay. That's great stuff there, Nikki. I appreciate you, and look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fantastic stuff there from Nikki. Let's go ahead and get to our A-Team Roundtable. Here we go. Hey, everybody. It's Therese Paylor, Chiefs beat writer for the Kansas City Star, and we've got another great show for you today. It is Sam Mellinger. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Let me do two today.
Yeah. And we all know why. We'll get into that. Hello. Merry Christmas.
And it's Dave Hewlett behind on rocking the ones and twos. Guys, tweet that out. Okay. So, look, we know what's happening today. Andy Reid, surprisingly, we weren't expecting this, just copped to starting the kid. I think he wants to give the kid a real game week, by the way. In the past, he's kept it under his hat. Yeah, I don't know. We'll decide what we do. Even on Friday before the game. Yeah, I don't know. We'll decide what we do with the starters in past situations. But on Wednesday, has made it clear the kid's playing. Wants to give him a real game week. Had to talk to the media today, just like Alex did. Right after Alex,
a lot of good cliches there too.
All eyes
he's
on
ready.
Him. Oh yeah, there was a good talk with him. Yes. In fact, when after most of the 98% of the media had left, I heard the PR guy's done a good job, man.
It was great. Whenever you get a good job from the PR staff,
the media did not get what they wanted to
get. Nothing from Pat Mahomes.
Pat taking a real positive first step to being the starting quarterback. But anyway, look, I think this is really intriguing and really, this is kind of what we've all been waiting to see for a while. Just you get a first-round pick, you want to see the kid play. A lot of positive things happening as far as what I hear internally about his development. But what are you guys going to be looking for with Patrick Mahomes as first start? And by the way, send us your questions. We'll answer those later.
All right, well, I'll let Sam answer. I'll leave the room. Do you guys want anything to do? Great. This is a moment that Sam has been waiting for. Well, ever since we were in this room on draft night.
Yeah. The easiest week of Sam's life. He's already got 3 columns done on Mahomes. He can just file. He's done.
I mean, everything. I'm not trying to make myself the punchline, but I'm looking forward to seeing everything. The deep ball, I want to see that ball. On draft night, I expected this to be a different moment because on draft night we were coming off Alex's worst season as a Chief,
right?
And now we're coming off basically his best season by far. Is it not only as a Chief but as a pro, and so the conversation is a little bit different in that way, but it'll just be different 15 games have seen Alex Smith be super productive. But it's just like he's like a human playing, like the ball comes out at the speed that you think it should. Like he needs his legs under him to get the ball there and all that stuff. And I'm looking forward to just a little bit of like the alien part of, I still remember watching that coach's tape that Cliff Kingsbury was nice enough to send to us. And there's just like all sorts of these off balance. I was actually watching some of that today. Not the coach's tape, but his, the draft breakdown.
That's more like me.
Yeah. And it's just like off balance, feet all over the place. The ball goes 60 yards in the air. I want to see it.
Can we agree that the Chiefs are 9-6? We thought maybe the way the season started, they'd be better off than 9-6 right now. But even the conditions that have allowed Andy Reid to make this choice, it's ideal for Patrick Mahomes to make his debut in this scenario, right?
Yeah.
It's not because Alex Smith had a poor game. Just think of what this city would have been, what the fan base would have been like if Alex Smith was having his 2016 season this year.
Yeah. Or if that 2-game stretch against, the Giants and the Bills.
Had come early and continued.
Yeah, and turned into 3 or 4 games.
Right. And then we would have, it would have been fun. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. That would have been fun.
Would have been good for the corporate champ over here.
But in terms of bringing him along and putting him in kind of a least pressurized situation, this is probably the best scenario for him.
All the way down to, I guess you wouldn't choose the Broncos defense.
Right.
Like, you'd rather not Von Miller be on that side. But, there is like, we just looked at it. It's supposed to be 40 on Sunday in Denver. Like, what are the chances it was going to be 40 on New Year's Eve?
Warmer there than here.
Yeah. It's just, look, he's had a season of, and I think we all agree on this, like Alex, could have been a dick. I'll just say it. Like, could have been a dick to Pat Mahomes. Like, could have.
Here we go.
Baby steps, right?
Let's just for what it is.
And, I don't think that's in Alex's nature.
It's not.
And he had a track record of that in really a much more difficult situation, I think, when he lost a job because he got a concussion. And by all accounts was, just a pro's pro to Colin Kaepernick, because they went on what eventually became, a run to 5 yards short of a Super Bowl championship. So everything is there for him. It's sort of, from getting drafted to, usually if you get drafted in a high team, I was just reading stories about Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen, back and forth. Like Josh Rosen, like there was a report that he didn't want to play for the Browns and wouldn't come out if the Browns were going to make him, all that stuff. Like usually if you're a high pick, you have to deal with that stuff, Everything's set up for Pat in a way that if he doesn't turn into a really, really good player, it's 100% on him. He could not have asked for a better situation to walk into.
Let me jump into this real quick. I've gotten some questions about would you rather have like Mahomes, Darnold, Rosen, some of these guys. There's some questions about Josh Rosen's character and ability to lead men that scouts have to dig into. And that's not me skewering the guy. I'm just telling you, like, they are digging into that. That is a fact. He can make all the throws, though. He's got, like, a great arm. But I've never once heard anything about Pat's ability to kind of lead guys and, like, kind of be a ringleader, and that really matters to me. Darnold, I think, is special. I think he's raw. I think that'd be a much tougher choice, and maybe you even lean toward Darnold because the way his teammates talked about him when I went to the Rose Bowl last year was very similar to the way teammates here talk about Pat or his Texas Tech teammates did. So you got like a really premium kind of guy here, right? And in retrospect, he was certainly, along with Deshaun, kind of a premium talent and like a pretty good move if they know they're going to be here for 4 to 5 years to build around this kid. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how disciplined he is in the pocket. And also, not for nothing, I'm excited to get some real coaches' tape of the guy. Because in the preseason, we don't get that. It's just broadcast. I want to look where his head is at. I want to look at his footwork as he delivers the football. Like, this is going to be a really good off-season process for me to look at the tape of this guy. Like, we're going to all have that. And that's a positive benefit. Also, I'm telling you right now, if you do have some fantasy stuff going on somehow, I know most people end last week, you can grab DeMarcus Robinson real cheap. DeMarcus is coming. That deep ball is coming. They will at least take a few shots.
Yeah.
I do wonder if we think that this approach works, though, because when the Chiefs tried this in 2013, didn't work. Remember?
Well, it didn't. I mean, you were there.
Yeah.
Both of you guys were there, right?
Do you mean worked as far as the playoffs go?
Yeah, I mean, they lost the next game to the Colts. I mean, I know that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but, like, you know, I guess I'm for it, but it's something that's at least worth discussing.
I thought it did work because I don't think you can blame that loss on the week. Especially like maybe this is too simplistic, but they got off to a you might remember this at home, a 28-point lead
in the third quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sorry. Let's just keep it focused on right now. So to me, you can't blame, like, they didn't come out rusty,
Yeah, that's true.
And Jamal Charles didn't get that concussion, and who Brandon Flowers, I think, or was it Carr? I get my Brandons confused sometimes.
It was
Flowers.
Yeah.
That stuff didn't happen because of the other week. So I think it's good. I think that, it's kind of ideal. I mean, you'd rather have... home field advantage and a bye that comes along with, with doing that. But
because it worked so well for him last year.
Yes, and in 2003 and many other seasons, really.
Every season, in fact.
Other teams would like to have the first round bye. That has not worked here. Home playoff games have not worked out, but neither have road playoff games.
Those playoff games
unless
in general
Brian Hoyer's playing quarterback.
For the Chiefs fans and their players. So, I don't know. Look, I just think it's interesting. I think from as a player's guy, yeah, like rest. You're going to get a chance to rest some guys that have been hurt.
Absolutely.
And that's probably fair, Sam. Whatever their fares have been in the playoffs, it comes down to, like last year, it was the offense and Alex not, like, taking advantage of shots downfield. It was the defense not being physical enough against the run. It was the offensive line getting handled. It's those things. You're right. You can't blame it on the rest week. But I do think it's interesting that Andy keeps using it. And I also wonder, here's a better question, do they deserve it? They bounced back. But I'm sorry. That November stretch was just so bad.
Do they deserve the luxury
of
having it? No, they don't.
No. Like that November stretch was because if they come to play in November, who's to say that they don't have one of the top two seeds?
Yeah. In a tiebreaker advantage over the
New
Patriots.
England. So
yeah, and I'm sorry, but just real quick point of they wouldn't have this luxury if the Chargers or Raiders basically
were decent, right?
Then they're still fighting just for a playoff spot. No, they don't deserve it, but they've got it.
Well, I was going to say, I thought Therese brought up a good point in that they were obviously in a rhythm in the first, 5 to 7 weeks, however you want to look at the Steelers and the Raiders game. They were 5-2, 6-2, and then they were completely out of sorts for almost 8 weeks. And for the last 3 weeks, they're back in rhythm. Now, they still have some issues. Their red zone offense has been, they really need to fix that, and an issue here or there, but they've been really good the last 3 weeks. You risk that and risk losing a little bit of a rhythm by doing what Andy's going to do this weekend. So it's a risk-reward, right?
And go ahead.
While resting Alex Smith and who else? We can talk about who else might have. Andy didn't go into that today, but we've got our thoughts about who else might be resting. It's going to change the rhythm, I think, of the team.
I also think maybe it's that risk. The reward of that is canceled out by the risk of one of these key guys getting hurt.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine?
No doubt about it.
If Alex played, look, and I'm as excited about Pat Mahomes as anybody whose last name is not Mahomes. But if he goes out and gets a concussion, or pulls a hamstring or something,
which against the Denver defense.
Oh my God! That's a disaster, and justifiably so, getting destroyed. And look, maybe we just segue and you want to talk about like who we think should be watching this game. Along
I got a
list.
list.
Do you?
I started to write some names down. I wanted to get your guys.
Sorry, I'm kind of hijacking the show.
No, well, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
you're the line.
I mean, I'm 10% of this operation, so.
Well, I'm damn near double figures. humble.
I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd right now, Blair. 'Cause there could be a joke made about hijacking, and we're gonna leave it alone. Okay, so let's go over it.
All right, so I'll give you some names. You tell me. What this player's role is going to be. Your guess what this player's role is going to be. Charkandrick West.
I bet you he starts.
Over Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Kareem Hunt maybe on the inactive list.
He needs to be.
I would
needs to
inactive.
sit.
Yes.
I would make him one of the 8. Yeah.
Good luck.
DeMarcus Robinson.
He's starting.
Starring.
Yep.
I think
How about Orson Charles?
I think he plays.
Yeah.
More
I bet you
snaps,
Demetrius-
right?
I bet you Demetrius starts though.
Okay.
He'd definitely take on Demetrius' role, which is like 40% of the snaps. That's good.
How about Parker Anger?
I think he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes his debut, right? Season first time since the middle of last season.
Probably over. Probably a guard. Well, Tardif has been hurt.
Yeah,
So-
yep. Give him. He gets a week.
Yep.
I just put Ukemi Eligwe. Does he?
He's
I wonder if it's a league way or if it's Terrence Smith. Like Smith
Yep, I
played
got him
snaps
written down,
before
too.
him, so one of those guys maybe play.
How about Tano Passanio?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think he
A
plays
lot,
a lot.
right?
A lot,
He
yeah.
gets his
Instead of
season high
Houston.
snaps.
Yeah,
And
Zombo plays.
Mm-hmm.
You can count on that one.
So almost going to be setting some
Oh
edges.
yeah.
how about Leon McQuay? Does he make his debut? NFL debut?
Well, Murray
He could.
played this past week. Sorensen played. Maybe.
Maybe.
He rotates in there.
You think so?
I think.
Will Phil Gaines be on the active list?
I think he'd be active. There's better players that you need to have inactive, I would think. But what do you think?
I think Terrence Mitchell plays before him. I think. Do we think they make Marcus play?
I don't know if I'd have room for him on the 8.
Yeah, I don't think
But
he's inactive, but I think
I don't
he's
think he'd play
ready to
much.
go if he needs to.
Yeah, I don't think
Right.
he'd play much.
So the starting corners are probably Nelson. Nelson's gonna play. And I said him. It's gonna be Nelson. You know what? Nelson, Gaines, Mitchell.
There you go.
Maybe Revis if they need to get him some work, but that's
But
it.
so you think? All right. So
Maybe Revis if they need to get him work.
so Smith inactive, Kareem Hunt inactive. Let's just say LTD
Inactive.
inactive. I'm sorry, inactive. How about Benny Logan, who's been
I think
I think
sore?
he's inactive too.
All right,
4.
Ali.
Holly and Justin,
I think
Ooh.
Justin for sure.
both of them, because now you
Yeah,
get
Justin
6.
for sure.
All right,
Justin
so
for sure.
You're at 5.
Holly is a backup. Maybe he has to play
Okay.
because he wants snaps. Like, in fact,
He
you know
doesn't,
what?
yeah.
I'm not so sure he doesn't play a little more than we think. Let's just see. It's grass, like it's not turf.
Yeah.
He really wants snaps.
Okay.
He wants to get 100 sacks in his career. Let's just see.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Let's see.
22.
I think he'll be active,
He's
but
active,
not
but it doesn't play.
like
Okay.
active
Okay.
literally, but maybe not figuratively.
And doesn't Kelsey has to play, right? You got to give Mahomes an opportunity to succeed, which is why I
know.
think 10 and 87.
I don't know
have
if
to
he's
play.
active. I think he's active, but I don't know if he plays.
I
I don't think him or Ty should play.
I've been going back and forth on Ty, and
No.
at the moment, I think he should be inactive.
Wow.
I don't want him taking hits. That's a guy. He's so important. He is so freaking good. I just would
So
not
important.
want him taking hits. I just really that scares me.
I think you can have Kelsey and Ty be active, but just not play. Right? I just, at some point, like they have to be able to be available in case someone gets hurt. You know what? Backup tight end is Anthony Sherman.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not so sure Kelsey has to play. And if he gets hurt, you get destroyed. Let's think of the guys that if they play, Andy gets skewered. Let's think about that.
Alex, Kelsey,
Ty,
Kareem.
Kareem,
Justin Houston.
Justin Houston. Probably Marcus. Like, what happens if Marcus gets a concussion? Then
Well,
what?
We were just talking about this before you came in here, but off air. But like having Marcus play in a non-competitive football
You don't
game
want that.
is a bad idea.
That's-
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want
That is
that.
a bad idea.
Can you imagine if like Marcus went to like Cleveland or something?
Oh,
Like,
man.
just-
Oh.
Cause he just can't. He
No.
just
He would be the worst.
he would be so annoyed with the losing and just
Yeah.
the inept like structure and just no. This is the right spot for him, at least on the field and organization wise.
Yeah. Right.
So that's going to be fascinating. I think Sunday's
Yeah,
going to
Well,
be
I'm glad you
fascinating.
did that. That's a really,
Just
who else
some
you
names. Well, just some names.
Cheston plays.
Yeah.
Cheston plays.
I think they like him.
I think they do too.
So,
DeMarcus at the Z, Cheston at the X. There you go. DeAnthony Thomas is a slot.
oh, absolutely, he's going to get a season. He's going to get a season high snaps.
Yeah.
Albert Wilson should not play. How about that?
Yeah.
Because we've seen what happens when he doesn't play.
Increasingly important to this team.
Really?
Kind of, under the radar important to this team.
And DeAnthony Thomas better be returning punts too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The other guy.
Absolutely.
How about this? DeAnthony Thomas not only plays, has a game. Gonna go there.
Has a day?
Has a day. Here's why. Contract year.
The contract.
Has not had an opportunity to display his wares as much. Bet you he has a day. He will be fired up to have a day. How about
You
that?
said that the other day about the contract year is undefeated.
That is so true, though.
That's been in my head.
It's true.
You were right.
I mean, it is true.
You were right.
Yeah.
Akeem Hunt will get some playing time too. 31. He's only had a handful of snaps this year. We'll see more of him.
Yeah. Okay. Other things around this game, this Denver team with a very good defense, and the offense stinks.
Man, they are. This is
that's so disheartening.
I haven't seen the Broncos quite like this in a while.
They're a mess.
Paxton Lynch is going to be the quarterback. And
It seemed like for a long time, and their defense it's still good, but it's not what it was. What was the year they dragged Peyton Manning to the Super Bowl? 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years, 15.
Ago. It's not that defense, but it is still good. But there's always been kind of a thought of like, God, they just always have the quarterback. Like, I just want to see them when they don't have the quarterback.
But even the year they had Tim Tebow, they won the division and beat the Steelers in a playoff game with an 8-8 team.
Which everybody else in the division that year should
be so ashamed of themselves for not taking advantage of that year.
Guy.
Including the team that resides in this building
100%.
here.
And the team that lost to that team in the playoffs, by the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do you do that?
God. We've talked about it before with the Broncos. They go from Elway to like Cutler, Tebow to Manning.
Yep.
So, except for a couple of years in there, they always had a Hall of Fame quarterback for 20 years.
Yep.
For 20 years.
MVP candidate.
More than 20.
Type of quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now not so much.
Not this year. It's
Not
really
so much.
killing them. They're in the market for. They're looking at Rosen and Darnold and Cody Allen and the quarterback crop.
It's just it's interesting. Like
him?
when we're talking
you
about.
like Allen?
No, not as much as I did before the season.
Oh, he's at
awful. The Wyoming quarterback.
Yeah, he's at a down year.
No, you can nitpick Lamar Jackson, though, boy. Like, really?
No,
everybody makes all the excuses in the world for this Allen guy, but they want to nitpick Lamar Jackson, who, if he goes to a team with a competent offensive staff, like say here, if they hadn't taken the kid, he could be really good.
I like Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson.
I'm all right with Lamar Jackson. His size he's got a nice size, and you're right. It depends on the system, depends on the team that drafts him, but
Somebody like the Panthers should take Lamar Jackson for Cam Newton, who's the same kind of offense. Just something like a real kind of innovative zone readish scheme so he can take advantage of the athleticism. Otherwise, you are going to have to teach him how to, do some of these pro-style concepts. But let's not act like he can't play. This Allen guy had a horrific statistical season. And if there's one thing I hate, it's a quarterback on the college level that can't complete passes.
Especially when he's not playing Power 5 schools, too.
I mean, you want to talk about all the help. How much help does he need? Mm-hmm. He's in the Mountain West Conference. Mm-hmm. If somebody's a first-round pick at quarterback in the Mountain West Conference, we should be able to be the targets. Mm-hmm. And he should be able to put up stats and complete 60% of his passes. I'm just saying, random rant.
They're trying to equate him to Carson Wentz type of kind of level of competition, but Wentz was just a freak in college.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you put their numbers next to each other, right, like it's not even close. But one thing I can't help think about this week too, we were just talking about the Broncos, is the difference. Remember, like there was a lot of disappointment in some circles around Kansas City when the Broncos took Paxton Lynch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I was thinking about this too.
That worked out.
Yeah. You know what though? Two things. Wentz's completion percentages last year at South North Dakota State was 63%. All right, Josh Allen hovering around a cool 56 this year.
Ooh.
That's very Joey Harrington-ish. I'm getting Joey Harrington. Now I'm like flashbacks of Joey Harrington right now.
I love when the lions pop out of you.
Yeah.
Like, it just like comes out.
I love like when it's so good. Like when I actually tweet something positive about the team and people call me a homer. I'm like, no, I actually really don't care what happens to your team. Like I truly could. I don't care. I got my own stuff going on up 75. Okay, I got to watch this team. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. They still finish 8-8. This team, I'm done. So there's lots of things. There's other things. If they keep Carson, if this team has Paxton Lynch, I don't think he's as bad here. Andy would have schemed stuff up for him. And it probably would have been framed a little bit differently just because of the structure that's in this organization. But yes, Chiefs fans, you did avoid a major. You'd rather have Mahomes than this guy.
No question.
Because the things I've heard internally about him have not been good as far as like want to, and about
Lynch
have not been great about want to. You know what I mean?
I imagine one of our great viewers will ask the same thing, but how much of a limited offense are we going to see? How much? What's Mahomes not going to bring that we see Alex bring week to week?
You know what? I think that's a great question, but the honest to God truth is that maybe not as good on the RPOs, on the zone reads. Don't think he's as good on that stuff as Alex is, but he can run it.
Yes, that's what I think we're going to see is more improvisation, a little more ad-libbing, just because of quarterback in this situation for the first time.
I guess that's what I want to see too. Is just go.
Don't forget it.
Yeah, I'll make one other point. Yeah.
The thing is really interesting. I asked Alex Smith like what he saw in the kid, and like what he said was really interesting. He said, as a young guy, he has a great ability to play the game and not get locked in the scheme. Too many fundamentals and things like that. Those things are important, don't get me wrong, but I think he has a great ability to just go play, which is important as well. I think he invests a lot, has worked hard since he's been here, he's been diligent. So some things you can read into that. Obviously, Alex has the fundamentals, the scheme, all that. He has that down, that he is superior to Pat in that area. But I think there's probably a part of Alex that appreciates Pat's ability to create and make plays in a way he's not that comfortable doing, right? Alex has become a playmaker through sheer repetition and learning when to take shots. Pat just has it, There are some very funny analogies that can be made about what that's like, but that's very real.
Yes.
And I think you understand Alex's mind. I think he really appreciates that in the kid.
I think he's a little. I mean this just literally and not sort of antagonistically, but I think he's a little jealous of that.
Yeah,
because Alex's thing is he's excellent at pre-snap reads and sort of the ball needs to get here, I'm going to get it there. That kind of not robotic, but just sort of system stuff.
By the numbers. By the numbers.
Yeah. And Pat will paint outside the numbers a little bit. And I think Alex, like you said, you just said this. He's worked, is it 13 years in the league now? And he's finally got to the point where when he breaks the pocket, he's sometimes, not as often as he probably should, but keeping his eyes downfield to make a play. And Pat just does that. And that was actually the exact point I was about to make is we were talking earlier about what we want to see from Pat on Sunday, and I want to see when Fisher's another guy I'd have inactive, by the way, but whoever gets beat, just because he's been beat up, whoever gets beat around an edge or something,
can't do that, though,
but if he's been beat up, he's getting beat anyway.
Well, I don't want Mahomes to be. I mean, so who plays at left tackle now?
I don't know.
You don't have anybody.
It's Cam Irving.
We'll get that to you. We'll get that to you.
I mean,
how healthy do you think Eric Fisher is?
I think he's an offensive lineman and he needs to play through it. I think linemen.
You want him playing every snap?
I'd take my chances with Parker Ehinger on Derek Wolfe as opposed to Eric Cam Irving. The Broncos will move Von Miller over to that side if that's what's happening. And I think Schwartz would play. They got to give Pat a chance here. Some of these linemen have to. The linemen and let me tell you, it's talking about earning a week off. I gave them some credit for manning up against the Dolphins, but based on the season's worth of work, they need to play. Okay, this ain't the 03 Chiefs here. Okay. I don't see Willie Rofe out there. I don't see Brian Waters. Like, they need the reps to keep timing up their runs. Right. I'm not trying to but I'm just saying, as a lineman, some of that November tape was very distasteful. I want to see them continue to build their timing and physicality, because we're going to need to see that the next week, no matter who they play.
Yeah. But the other reason is that if the Broncos didn't have any motivation to play hard in this game, I think they have it now.
Yeah.
Especially the defense, because they're going to do everything they can.
Get the kid
and make sure they don't lose to the kid. Yeah. It's one thing to lose to Alex Smith and the team that's going to win the division.
And they've been doing that.
Yeah, very well the last couple of years. Yeah. But now you're about to face a kid making his NFL debut against a proud defense. Mm-hmm. So I think. We can talk about Kareem Hunt or Kelsey or Hill, but I think you better give them protection. Yeah. And don't let that be an issue.
All right. And I'll also tell you this, Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, those guys do enjoy playing the game of football. They will look forward to pirating versus this young receiving core in Mahomes. Mm-hmm. They will get up for that. They will come play for that. And if you don't think Von Miller is looking forward to punishing Patrick Mahomes and doing Sam's favorite celebration and taking the fine for it, if these guys play, I think this is fascinating. This is one of the most fascinating, meaningless games we've seen here.
That's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. Fascinating, meaningless game. Because there is. I still think there's a possibility. I understand what we're talking about here, and if I had to bet, I would think that Von Miller does want to hit Patrick Mahomes very hard, very often. And I would think that Chris Harris may even have a celebration in mind when he picks off, Pat on something. But I do think there's a chance. I mean, these guys have won. They won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I think there's a chance they are cashing it in. And, and just sort of like that they're already on the golf course.
I think most of them are.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Honestly, most of them probably cashed it in October when they saw that the quarterback just.
Yeah, right. And maybe they got one last fight or whatever in them, but...
Did you guys see the video of Brock Osweiler trying to fire people up on the sideline? No. And everybody's just like...
Nobody listened to him.
That's brutal.
Vance Joseph had to make an excuse for him in a press conference.
That's funny.
That is such a Sam kind of...
Was he eating W's? Or is that...
all right, you guys want to take some questions? You guys have anything else you want to talk about? Okay. All right, let's take some questions. And we got a season high in season, like on a Wednesday.
Pat.
You knew it.
But you could have taken a Vahe shot there.
Oh!
We miss you, Vahe.
Yeah.
Absolutely miss you.
We got the A- team here.
Yeah.
This is Sam Mellinger. I've been knowing this dude a long time.
It's like I say, when it's not all of us, it's just a team.
Yeah.
That's great.
I've been knowing this dude.
Our friend Jordan Tribe got the jokes already.
What's Jordan got?
Got the Belichick look today, Sam. #bum.
You have sleeves.
Yeah. That shows my style. I actually like it. Yeah. I wonder if they come in big men sizes. I want this. This is great. All right, TJ Simmons says, "Hi, I'm here, but not really. About to go to an escape room. Y'all are the best." Thank you, man.
Escape room. Good for you.
Brendan Downey said,
"Get me one of those."
I think we all could use that. Brendan Downey says, Therese has a Mahomes impression waiting to be unleashed.
That voice is something, man. It jars me every time he talks.
It's really interesting. Watch the videos of Pat Mahomes that this gentleman took. Watch the video and let us know what you think.
It is the one I have not mastered. I would not do that.
It's difficult.
That is a high
hard.
degree of
difficulty. There's a lot going on there. There's pitch. You gotta get the pitch.
It's like, it's a little bit like that. Like
it's twangy, but pitchy.
It's very tangy.
Nasal quality.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Yeah. But then you gotta add like the Texas twang.
There's a little bit of a twang there too.
Yeah, Coach went and talked to me about it. I was really excited. Like, it's really tough. I need more work on it. I need to hear more from him. Just give me some time. Jesse Bates with a question for Sam. Akeem hung this week.
That's not leaving me.
I love, I gotta tell you, we've got so many inside jokes. Like, we're carrying people week to week. I'm telling you, thank you guys, man. This is awesome. I do think we should see
Akeem hung. We've gone down the organizational flow chart quite a ways.
Clark hung to Kareem hung, and really nobody batted an eye at Kareem hung. Right. We're just like, But now we've gotten to the point where we're wondering if we could see a big game from Akeem hung. Like, that's awesome.
You guys are great.
All right. Richard Turkowitz says, kind of worried about Pat going against the Denver D. Might not be the best if the O-line sits. Greetings from Vienna, Austria. How about that?
How about that?
Nathan O'Farrell says,
needed.
Nate O'Farrell says, should Hill return kicks in the playoffs? I think they're going to need everything they can get against Denver and Pittsburgh, man. I think absolutely.
You mean Baltimore first. I mean,
you think I think you go to that if you need it in the second half, but divisional round on, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're going to need it because we just haven't seen enough from the kick returners to think that they can impact the game. They haven't been great.
It's just been ordinary, is what it is.
Am I forgetting something? I don't remember a single that was a really good return.
Well, Akeem Hung had one recently. He did. He got up to about the 35 or so, but nothing. And look, we talk about what a great job Tyreek did last year. He returned a free kick for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's right.
But not a kickoff. So, but he still had a 25 to 28-yard average, something like that.
This is one of those where you think about if you were the other team. Who do you want? Do you want Akeem Hung or do you want Tyreek Hill returning the kick?
I think they should down the ball in the end zone more often than they do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I think their Butker's going to put one in the first row of the stands on a kickoff.
In Denver.
He's going to actually it's going to leave the field.
Yes, the upper deck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You talked about that today.
Yeah.
All right. Mike Wilson says if Inger plays well, could he get the start at left guard in the wild card round? Look, I mean, I know better than to say anything can or can't happen. Anything can happen in this league. I think they had a pretty good thing going with Witzman there at left guard. I say you leave it alone. But who knows? I think it needs to be a competition.
Surprising.
I think the competition is good.
That'd be very surprising.
Do you think if Mahomes gets popped 3 or 4 times, they put Bray in?
I think if he gets shaken up, if he gets borderline concussed, I think then Bray plays. But they want to see what the kids got.
You can see there being a moment where he takes a hit that he's not expecting and just gets crushed just because of first gameness, Mm-hmm. This isn't a preseason game. He played one series with the first team in the preseason and scored, got in the end zone against the Bengals, as I recall. But this is different. It's different. And the possibility of him getting hit hard is there.
Never been higher.
Never. In his football career.
Yep.
It'll never be higher than it will be Sunday.
Yep.
Jesse Bates asks, what are the odds on Smith being back next year?
I still think they're less than 50%, but it's higher than I would have said, on draft night.
You know what? You guys, I'm not putting Smith in the same category as Brady or some of the Drew Brees or some of the other quarterbacks that are 35 and older, and some of these guys approaching 40. But what does it say that Alex Smith at 33 just had his best year? And what's his? That to me suggests that his value will stay high.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's as the Chief or getting a second-round pick for him, he's still, I think his value is as great as it's ever been right now.
Yeah, I assume that he can play another 5 years at least if he wants to. There's a couple things going on, right? One, Alex is in incredible. Just physically, he stays in shape. He's,
Yes. As well as anybody in that locker room.
Yeah, he checks that box for sure. But there's also a lot of quarterback. It's easier to play that position now physically. You get protected in ways that guys didn't used to, and I think there's no way Tom Brady would be talking about playing.
If this was 1994, oh my God,
yeah.
His career would have ended 5 years ago, straight up.
Oh, you remember you remember the old quarterbacks, the way they dragged their asses out of it. Joe Namath at the end, Johnny Unitas at the end. I mean, those were broken down old guys.
Joe Montana
At
with the
end.
concussions and stuff. Yeah, man. Like, and if they were still playing on the green cement, like, yeah, it would have been over for that dude.
Yep.
The game is, the game is different than it used to be.
But I still just think that they can sell high at this point on him. And if it was just who would you rather have? I can see clearly the argument for Alex, but it's who would you rather have at that cap number?
I know. I know.
17 million can go a long way.
How much is Sunday going to weigh into the future of that position?
I think it's going to matter. They're going to be able to process in that game. They're going to be able to process how quickly he processes information in real game time situations, how his feel in the pocket is versus the rush, the kind of progress he's made with his footwork on certain West Coast timing throws. They're going to be able to tell his accuracy at all levels. They're going to be able to tell his ability to spot the Mike linebacker and correctly identify it. They're going to be able to look at his ability to make the correct reads at the line as far as being able to kill the play. Sometimes a quarterback gets 2 plays and they got to kill one based on the play that the alignment. They're going to be able to tell so much about how far along he is. I think you're going to be able. I think he's going to play a fairly decent role, which is why Andy really didn't want to get into that with me when I asked him what way he was going to kind of, he didn't want any part of that. I'm like, how important is it to get this game tape of Patrick so you can take it and say, I don't really think about all that. No, you do think about all that. That's part of the reason for this. You're going to get to have this invaluable tape against a real live rush. You're going to know. You've put 6 months into this guy, 7 months. Let's see how much better he is now. It's different in practice because he never gets hit. I mean, you could.
And he's scout team.
Yeah, I mean, you could go out there and sling a little bit in practice, right? It's going to be different now. So it's going to play a role, believe me.
There's no question. And it's sort of like, even if Pat's going to be the guy in 18, barring something very, very extreme, it's a pop quiz, if nothing else. It's like a midterm exam or something, and they can see, all right, this is what he's improved at, and this is what we need to work at between now, December 31st, and September 5th, or whatever their first game's going to be.
Did I hear this right? First rookie to start a game of quarterback for the Chiefs since 1979.
Yep.
Is that right?
Oh, my God.
So long,
Who was it? What was the name?
Fuller.
Fuller? Steve Fuller? Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's why he's coaching high school ball. Is that what I hear? Yeah. Good for him.
It's very good for him.
Steve Fuller is now known for being the man who passed number 4 down to Deshaun Watson at Clemson, because they retired that number for him. They brought it back out for Watson. Then Watson took the number, and now it's his. So you're not thinking about Steve Fuller no more. I'll tell you that. Didn't he win a national championship there?
I don't think. He wasn't the quarterback in '81. It was
okay.
Davis. What was his name? Somebody who didn't go on.
Okay.
Well, now I got to look it up.
Okay. Just let us know.
I will.
All right. Jesse Bates says, do the Pats and Steelers look vulnerable the last couple of weeks? It doesn't matter what they do the last couple of weeks. It doesn't matter what they do. Listen, they're going to... Facing Bill Belichick on January 13th in the place where your phone's not going to work is a hell of a lot different than facing him in December. It's just different, okay?
Or September.
Dynamite drop in. Dynamite sunshine, Sam. Way to go, man.
Homer Jordan, by the way.
Okay.
Who went on to a career with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and the Cleveland Browns.
Poor Browns.
Okay. David Reese says, well, we covered that, Dave. They're going to do both. They're going to treat it like a bye week for the vets. Jesse Bates says, Jesse, by the way, we don't really give him much love, but he's always a great contributor by answering multiple questions. So thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Says Tano, over under 2.5 sacks this week. I think we'll all take the under, so let's say 1.5.
Yeah, but would be career first, I think, right? He didn't have one yet, so...
I'll still take the under, but I'm really interested.
At 1.5?
Yep, I would take the under.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good game for him
what about
if he gets
half?
one.
You think he's going to get one? These quarterbacks stink.
Offensive line's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... Yeah.
I might give him one.
Hope he gets one.
Okay. Tyler Keeney, thank you, Tyler, says, great stuff every week as always from the A-Team.
Thank you.
Jesse Bates says, did I miss it or did they make an announcement on Daddy Nicholas? He is on IR. They put him back. Mike Wilson says, going to be some go routes to Robinson. He's going to snag one. 1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
How far in the air does the ball travel?
83 yards.
That's right, he'll be 3 yards deep in the end zone.
It's an altitude. And he's going to be calling shot plays. He's going to be calling shot plays on 3rd and 15 from the 4. Oh, yes. Shot play.
Just let DeMarcus go get it.
A shot play is where you call max protect and with a little play action with me. Most of the time, it's an 8-step drop, 7-step drop, 8 guys blocking, and it's one combo. You know, one guy you're looking at, maybe 2. And then, oh, yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Oh, that's going to be great.
You give Pat a 7-step drop.
I hope he doesn't step out of the back of the end zone.
And he's got the sleeve on his arm. Oh, it's going to be warm. Yeah. The gun's going to be warm.
There's going to be no rush. People throw it off balance anyway.
Across his body.
The kid's going to be slinging on Sunday, boy. The kid's going to be slinging on Sunday. This is going to be amazing.
Like a Madden game.
It's only the level of amusement is along the 18 row. The Denver guys are gonna be like, "What is going on down there?" They're not gonna believe what this.
We should Facebook Live during the game.
We should. Who's gonna be the first one to break out the kids slinging? Me or you?
I mean, I feel like I can't beat you at that game.
Are you sure?
You've already broken it out like 12 times in the show.
I'm just telling you, there's going to be a slant pass that you're going to lose it on the first drive. It's going to be gun. They're going to go 3-by-1. He's going to throw to DeMarcus to the one side where there's only one receiver, and it's going to be just a missile. And you're going to go, you won't do the kid is slinging. That's what you will do is, woo! There's that one too. That's what we went on to. Good string of questions here from Jesse Bates. He says, will Halil be starting come playoff time? We haven't seen anything to think that's going to be the case.
No.
We just haven't.
51 will still start.
Better question. What about making Nagy assistant coach to keep him with the team going forward? That could totally happen if Chili retires. If Brad Childress retires, which could happen. He's had a long career in football. Mm-hmm. He was thinking about it a couple years ago. That's a really safe way to keep Matt Nagy, let him continue to build this thing here with a quarterback, get more seasoning under Andy, and eventually take over whenever Andy's ready to sit. Then he can keep most of the same staff. These people will still be loyal to him for the most part. I actually think his best play is to just stay here. Yeah. I don't think Andy's going to coach forever. I think he should stay.
Well,
I really do.
If he doesn't stay, he's taking over a stinker of a team.
Right. Yeah. Right. And then you got to change the culture there, and you got to. He's best. I really do think he should stay.
Yeah,
I don't know if he will.
I don't think you ever underestimate the ego of an assistant coach who wants to run his own shot. Yeah, or the money, right?
Or the money. Yeah. The money's a real thing.
And look, if you go to the Colts, you got ready-made quarterback for next year.
Yeah. One person who will be calling.
Bruce Arians is going to go there. Doesn't that make a lot of sense?
Yeah. Yep. That'd be great. Mm-hmm. He was a better coach than Pagano 5 years ago. He was better that year, too. Yeah. Okay, so, all right. I think one other person on the staff that we need to be thinking about, other than Dave Toll calling plays sooner than you think, is Eric Bieniemy. Yeah. He's going to be calling plays somewhere sooner than you guys think. I don't know if it's here, but he will be calling plays somewhere. He deserves a lot of the credit for Kareem Hunt, too. His running backs always produce. The issues with the running game had nothing to do with anything going on with the running backs. And he got that guy to block. How many times have we said, "Oh, Kareem Hunt blew a block"?
Mm-hmm. Nobody blows a block in the backfield.
Sharkandrick West is an amazing blocker.
And like in Sharkandrick West, undrafted, Spencer Ware off the pile. He always takes these guys and makes them good. Mm-hmm. He will be calling plays somewhere as an offensive corner sooner than you guys realize.
These aren't stats. We don't have the stats in front of us, but whatever the team's rushing attempts are this year, the number of fumbles that they've had have been 1 in 1 carry and 0 in the 800 carries since then. Yeah. These guys never fumble.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Larry Looper says, "You guys give me no love. You keep holding the Whitlock comment against me." No, we don't. That actually added to the joke part. You're okay, man. You got to ask us questions, though, Larry. You make a lot of jokes. You got to ask us questions, though. All right?
Or compliment Therese.
Oh, right.
Or say you're from, like, Russia.
Right.
Or like
this is not a hard.
Saskatchewan.
This is not a hard formula here. Larry's number one. Don't ask me to do the impressions. I'm not going to do them if you ask me.
No.
These guys have learned. You can finesse me into it, but if you directly ask me, you can influence.
Right,
but if
right,
you directly ask, it's going to be enough. Okay? Yeah, I can bring up the little GIF here if you guys want. Okay? You want me to bring it?
That's the best GIF of the year.
It is. That's all we do. We love you though, man. He's on all of them, so we appreciate you, man.
It was great.
And we're not going to show it.
No, we are not.
By the way.
No.
I had that thing going for a whole hour.
Yeah, I was just staring at it.
I appreciate the respect to know that that's the joke that it had to stay there.
Yeah.
Right?
The one joke all year that just stayed between us.
It has to stay. And you guys can't build on it. Like, you're not allowed to do it. I keep that joke. Only I can say that joke.
Yeah. You can laugh at it, though.
Let me see. I like getting texts during the. Good. I'm glad. Jesse Bates says, "Is this the last regular season game as Chiefs for DJ, Hallie, and Alex?" Ooh. For Hallie, it is.
Hallie, DJ, Alex.
Hallie will go play in Atlanta. We'll make that prediction.
Yeah. Hallie,
DJ loves being a Chief so much, man.
Well, that's what I keep saying.
He's the most likely
to come back. Yeah,
I think so.
I do too. And then finally, Jesse says,
I literally can't imagine Tampa coming back.
No, it's just
he
wants 100 sacks, man.
0% that he'll be a Chief next year.
Or he retires. Again, Tampa. I think he wants to keep playing, but it's tough, man. He's played so long, so hard. I don't know, man. Okay, Jesse Bates says he appreciates us, and we should consider doing this, carrying it over to the off season, talking prospects and off season scenarios.
We'll do a few.
I love
right.
Won't we?
Sam just like, yeah, we'll do a few.
I'll be gone.
Yeah. He letting you know how this is about to go. The best I can do, guys, is keep the podcast going on a semi-regular basis. That's the best I can do. And I'm talking about general content from me. I cannot ask these guys to keep doing this.
Well, there'll be draft stuff.
There will. But I can't ask,
Super Bowl week when we're all in Minneapolis.
One thing I'll tell you too, Sam is so selfless. He does his Mellinger minutes.
Oh my God.
You do one every week. Don't you do it every Tuesday? Mm-hmm. That's gonna be part, maybe you can invite one of us or two of us every once in a while. I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
You invited me.
Right.
Maybe that's a way to keep the spirit of it going.
Was that a jab?
No, I meant it.
If you invite me,
No. Actually, it wasn't. I actually meant that. It wasn't. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I was actually I'm trying to find a middle ground. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
That'd be a way for us to keep it going while giving you the clicks. Hashtag corporate champ. Because you do a lot already. Bobby Tarwacki says, "Who's the backup center with Morse down? Is it Irving? Yikes. Fulton is a priority at this point too." It's gonna stink losing Zach Fulton, man. He's a good player now. He's a good player.
No coincidence that Kareem Hunt's season has resurged.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
physicality. Yep.
The backup center is either Jordan DeVay or Cam Irvin.
Yeah, Irvin's played. Yeah, they both played a game.
Yeah.
Let me see. Brendan Downey says, okay, I'm sorry, man. That messed up. Jordan Tribes asked, "Do we see any Bray at all on Sunday? How many times do you think the broadcast shows Elway destroying a bag of sunflower seeds in disgust?"
I think if Bray plays, something went wrong.
Yeah. That's Pat's going to get all the snaps.
Yep.
We're gonna wrap. We're gonna speed through these. Okay. Let's see. Sean Daniel says, "Does Daddy or Wilson play this week instead of Wilson?" That's what we forgot. Wilson might play.
Yeah,
Maybe Ramit could play.
Daddy's on IR.
Yeah, that might be a good thing. Any chance Jamal Charles comes back? Interesting question from Isaac Martinez. Where are you guys at?
Well, they get Spencer Ware coming back. So.
Next year.
Yeah, no, I mean this year because he's trying to get released.
Coming back. Oh, yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of his contract, but I don't know what the Broncos would gain by releasing him.
Nothing.
Would they get any financial relief?
Nothing.
So I don't know why they would do that.
It's become a sad ending for him.
The goodness of their heart. I think if he is released, I think the Chiefs should think about it. But look, they without giving up too much, John Dorsey was the one that released him and the one that didn't sign him. But Brett Veach was very much in line with those decisions.
Don't you think the Chiefs like what they've got now at that position?
Yes. And I don't know if Akeem Hunt gets banged up or something, but I also don't think he's going to be released. I think it's a non-starter.
You got Weston Ware and
for next
Green.
year. For next year, no. I don't think there's any room.
Would you make a Harrison signing with the Patriots?
That was a good question that Deion Moulton asked. I was asked this on the radio yesterday. Why didn't the Chiefs make a play? I mean, they might have made a play, but when he became a free agent, but it's kind of hard to beat out the Patriots. And also, shouldn't you already have this guy in Tamba Hali on your roster?
Yes.
Like a pinch hit? Why are you paying him $8 million then?
Yep.
If you didn't think he could give you what James Harrison's giving you, should have released him, right? You could have given him the post June 1st cut.
That's a good point.
And let me tell you something else. Yeah, you bring in James Harrison, see how well that goes over. Because, let's leave it there. What does a successful game for Mahomes look like?
Oh, that's a very good question.
If he completes 58% of his passes.
20 for 37, 1 INT, 2 TDs.
Yep, I like
256 yards.
I co-sign on that.
3 sacks.
Yes.
3 runs, 22 yards.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I co-sign on that. What's a bad Mahomes game?
How about 11 for 30, 3 INTs, no TDs, 127 yards.
That would be bad.
Blair taking the low, boy.
I think he's going to have a successful day. I just do.
Yeah. I think a bad day would be low lighted by one of those interceptions that you just got to see coming. Where he just hits a guy in the numbers on the wrong side.
Right.
That to me is a bad day.
Let's see. Craig Stewart asks, which of the 3 of us will win an arm wrestling contest?
Bye.
There's a great question earlier. It said, if Patrick Mahomes were a wing sauce, which would he be? Which I thought that was
Sam, that's all you, buddy.
Question of the day.
Something spicy.
Oh, yeah. Apoyo Ray?
That did have some kick. What?
Oh, that was
Oil Ray
excellent.
was a little bit it's kind of sweet though.
You know what? Have you ever had Willie's in Columbia?
Yes, I like it. I dig Willie's.
Yeah. Is the game plan going to change Sunday? Will we see a different type of offense? Good question from Drew Clark. I don't think it's going to change. I think they're going to run a lot of the same concepts they've already put on tape. So same question there. Mike Wilson asks, does Bieniemy get the best out of his position out of all the assistants? Pretty doggone close.
I think it's a good way of phrasing it. I think so. I think you can make that. I think you can make that case.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Richard Turkowitz says he liked the offseason stuff I did a few years ago with some inside scoops into football as a whole. Hey, I want you to get a little more detailed on that because I don't think I changed my offseason plans, Richard, as far as what I did last season versus 2 years ago. So, be a little more detailed. But I'm the corporate champ now, so it probably won't matter. I'm done with you all. Had it. I got enemies in front of me, enemies behind me.
But not on your flank.
Finished. Let's see. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Is second tight end a priority this offseason from Jesse?
I don't know.
I think they're bigger priorities.
I was just going to say, yeah, they got higher priorities than that.
Two more, and that's it. Keith, I got to read it because this. Keith Insalaco II. That's another one of the things. If you got junior or senior or the second or the third. Sam Mellinger Sr. What if you change your byline to Sam Mellinger Sr.? That would be better.
Well, then you have to be Samuel Mellinger Sr. Go full informal.
I love everything about it. It's just so good. It's just, but no, like, answer the question. What do you guys think we should use our second round pick on? I told you guys it's cornerback, edge rusher, inside rusher. Like I think
I'd go edge rusher, cornerback.
Oh yeah, corner. That's right.
Okay. In that order.
Yeah,
edge rusher. I think
I'll take the best player at each. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to come away with 3 of them in the first 4 rounds. Period. Okay. Last thing here. What did you guys think of Deion Moten asked? And we're getting out of here. What did you think of Mahomes' demeanor now knowing he's starting? What did you guys think of his way about it?
What, like in the media?
Yeah, like how you think he was?
I thought he looked. I thought he passed whatever that's worth. I thought he passed his first scrum with flying colors. Like didn't say anything. All cliches.
Hey, look, we've all talked to him during the year too.
Yeah.
He's played the role exactly the way it needs to be played.
Yeah, he's been great.
He has been. He's availed himself for stories, for questions. You know, I think he understands he's a different kind of second team quarterback than the Chiefs have ever had.
Yep.
And so there's going to be some curiosity about him. I think he's handled it really well. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be an issue. You know, I don't think nerves or he's not going to cower in the moment. I think he's going to be fun.
Football. Yeah. So, all right. Prediction time. Where you going, Blair?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. Harrison Butker kicks 7 field goals and they get a touchdown. No, but let's give they seem to like the number 29 a lot. So 29-16. And before I sign out, all of us are in the Chiefs locker room all the time, and we look inside people's locker and we see all these different jerseys, right? Mm-hmm. You know, there's a Dolphins or a Jets or a Cowboys jersey in these locker rooms, and you go, well, what are those doing there? Well, I'll tell you what they're doing there. Go to kansascity.com and click on the feature by Dave Hewlett, ace photographer. He's got the answer for you. It's a really cool feature.
That's cool.
On why.
Hopefully we can get somebody to link to it here.
Yes, maybe somebody will link to it on Facebook. But why players in locker rooms have different teams' jerseys hanging in their lockers.
Right. That's 8-team spirit right there. That's 8-team teamwork. Yeah. Where you going? Oh, did you give a score?
29-16.
23-9 in a really choppy, like kind of ugly game, highlighted by a deep ball to Demarcus Robinson that makes me go, whoo!
I say the Chiefs win 19-13, and I think it's going to be a lot of field goals. And believe it or not, man, the total is like 39. I think Bovada doesn't think there's 2 teams to score more than 39 together.
And unless something's drastic, I think the Chiefs went from a favorite to an underdog.
They are,
from Sunday night to Monday when word got out that it might be Mahomes.
Is that right? Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, I saw the kid myself, so I'm picking the Chiefs. It's going to be 19-13.
I would bet the under on that number, though.
Yeah?
I don't, because I think the Broncos stink. Like, they can't score.
Yeah.
And you're not going to score 29 on their defense. So I went with the first-time quarterback. Okay. I went too high.
Okay, we thank all you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Another great show. It was fantastic. We were outstanding. We really killed it today. Oh, Mike Wilson coming through. He's starting to get on my favorites list. Butker could nail a 66-yard field goal. Let's not forget about how strong this guy's leg is.
Phenomenal.
In the altitude.
Yeah. One of those 20-second left in the half in the first half where they don't care.
That's a great point, man. Good job. Yeah. Hey, we still got over 100 people watching, so we thank you guys. And look, we got multiple people who went ahead and posted Dave's videos.
How about that?
Yeah, that's 18
We're a team.
Teamwork. Appreciate you guys. We will see you on Sunday. You hear a cackle.
I muted it.